there's been a number of times on this show where we've covered these stories where people have disappeared. They were reported missing. And a couple of those episodes were about people who disappeared and later were found hanging from a tree. Every single one of them have been Black men found hanging from a tree. Now we have another one. This is the case of Kyle Basinga. Now, apparently, Kyle Basinga had disappeared, or they said that he was missing. Then all of a sudden, they find him hanging from a tree. He was a student at Georgia State. Let's get into this, folks. The police are saying there's no foul play, but we've heard that before.
It was important for us to address the tragedy that has occurred here within our county.
Cobb County Chairwoman Lisa Cupid and Police Chief Dan Farrell gave an update about the death of 21-year-old Kyle Basinga. Basinga had been reported missing February 14th. Days later, his body was found hanging from a tree in Fair Oaks Park.
Having a lot of misinformation out there in the community is also creating to a great sense of unease about what is occurring.
Cobb County Police say the investigation is still active and is being handled by the Major Crimes Unit. Among other things, they looked at surveillance video that showed Basinga entered a wooded area at the park alone, and there are no signs anyone else was involved in his death.
What is going on? Like, I feel like it was just, and maybe Eric, you might remember the exact date, but I feel like it was just like, was that 2 months ago where I covered another story about a guy that was found hanging from the tree? And the police said there was no sign of foul play. He was also a college student. Now, they say they looked at the surveillance. They said he walked into the wooded area by himself, according to the surveillance footage. I haven't seen the footage. Have you? What is going on? Because I have something extra to show you about this particular case that could give new meaning to all of this. And it's about what happened to him before he disappeared.
Based on the evidence collected thus far, there have been no indicators that another person was involved in this incident.
Chief Farrell says there was a delay in releasing some information because they had not had a chance to sit down with family members who are traveling from out of the country.
I do understand that when information is limited, that speculation grows. The social media commentary can certainly amplify the uncertainty.
This is 2026. We hope this didn't happen, but we want to make sure that we really pay attention.
Gerald Rose with the New Order National Human Rights Organization says he's been contacted by people across the country. He says they're watching the investigation closely and are planning a vigil Tuesday for Basinga.
We're just going to come together to show unity and pray that this was not any foul play involved in this.
So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys, it's always the woods too, right? There were the two twins that was also in Georgia. I covered that one last year, I believe. The two twins that were on their way to the airport to go to Boston apparently never got on the plane. Their bodies were found in the woods, hanging from a tree. They said no foul play. We never found out who drove them to the airport. We never found out. It seemed like that case just disappeared. Who was the Uber driver? How were they getting to the airport? That was never revealed. It was strange to me. There was the case, of course, with Trey Reed that we talked about. He was also another college student. That case was strange because the police, according to the family members, they said that the police contacted them and said that they found him dead in his dorm room. But the actual report that was relayed to the media said that he was found hanging from a tree. And I said back then, which was it? Did you find him in his dorm room or did you find him hanging from a tree? And then now we have this one. I believe there are others that I've covered. What is going on? And they keep saying they have surveillance cameras and the surveillance cameras show that there's no foul play, but we never see the surveillance footage. Now, I always think it's important to ask us, or to ask anyone, how did we get here? How did it lead to this? We have a little bit more detail here. A young Black man was found hanging from a tree. Police say no foul play. Police insist there's no signs of foul play in Kyle Basinga's death, as Black residents push back against rumors fear and a painful racist legacy. He was reported missing on Sunday, February 15th. After days of searching, the 21-year-old was found hanging from a tree in Fair Oaks Park, Marietta. By the way, if you live in the area, please let me know. If you live in Marietta, Georgia, or whatever, let me know in the chat. Despite local police sharing there was no foul play and his death being ruled, this is YouTube, so we got to say he unalived himself, the community wants answers. The disturbing way Basinga was found sparked an outpouring of collective grief and anger by the community, as many residents and those online reflected on the country's painful past. Somebody had to see something. Somebody had to hear something and everything, and everybody is just quiet about it, said one resident. While they shared that anything was possible, they stressed, do I believe throughout the history of this country that that young Black man did that to himself? I'm going to say no. At Monday, during that press conference, Cobb County Commission Chairwoman Lisa Cupid called the situation heartbreaking and said leaders are taking the case seriously while trying to combat misinformation spreading online. Mr. Basinga is a young man of 21 years who was found in a horrific manner hanging from a tree. And this is a violent manner that has caused many to think of the days of slavery and Jim Crow, and this type of violence shown towards African Americans, particularly men. During that historical timeline, it has caused many to respond to what is occurring with great disbelief. According to 11 Alive, police shared that witnesses saw him walking into the wooded area alone. Police Chief Dan Farrell said investigators have found no signs that anyone else was involved and will continue to treat the case as he unalived himself unless the medical examiner, autopsy, or toxicology prove otherwise. So we got to highlight something here because now I'm a little bit confused. And this is what I wanted you guys to see. This was the same video that the video I showed you was 11 Alive. In that video, they said the surveillance footage shows that he walked into the woods by himself. But in this report, it says that witnesses saw him walk into the wooded area alone. Now we're hearing there were witnesses. How do we know those witnesses didn't do something to him? Again, we have not seen the surveillance footage. I question everything until proven otherwise. It goes on to say, I do understand when information is limited, that speculation grows. The social media commentary can certainly amplify that uncertainty, but our responsibility is not really to respond to speculation, it's to follow the evidence and communicate and verify the facts. That's coming from the chief there. But he understood that this case has created emotional response. I recognize the historical sensitivities surrounding circumstances like this, and I do not dismiss the weight that carries the concerns being expressed in our community are real, and I know they deserve to be acknowledged. We'll come back to this article because I want to show you what happened to him. Georgia State University Police Department officer Christian Carrico was recorded illegally searching and harassing Kyle Basinga weeks before he was reported missing and found hanging in Marietta, Georgia. Listen to this.
Bro, treat me like I'm bro. Treat me like I'm some crazy ass nigga, bro. A random car drives behind me close like that.
What?
Bro, look where you are, nigga. I was on the sidewalk right here. You was driving close as fuck to me, bro. Come on, bro.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you again to chill out and stop screaming and don't get in my face, okay? That's the last time you're gonna get in my face.
I'm not even close to you right now, gang.
Okay.
Just give me my shit and I can go about my business. Cause this is low-key illegal what you just did. You just checked me for no reason. What was your reason for getting my ID?
You said you were a student, so I asked your parents.
No. What was your initial reason?
Policy?
Cause you see my hoodie. I have a Georgia State hoodie on, bro.
Right, and what I asked?
What I'm saying? What was your reason?
Hold on now.
What was your reasoning?
What did I ask?
What was your reasoning, dude? You can't just ask anybody you're a Georgia State student. What was your reasoning? That I commit a crime.
Right, I saw him
Did I commit? That's what I'm saying. Thank you. You seen that? Thank you. You seen that shit, right? Yeah, nigga. I have witnesses right here, bro. That's what I'm saying.
So my question is, this is the woman here, the woman who was in this car. I wonder what happened to her. You know, what exactly did she see? Because this is a short video and we only see this part of it. I wonder if anyone spoke to her.
Hey, I'm paranoid as hell.
It's okay, man, because we got cameras all around here. So you can
I don't
see.
know what he done. I just saw you look like you were
Driving close. I didn't do anything.
Right.
So hold on. You don't have no reason to get my ID, right? I'm not doing anything.
Actually, when you are a student here, which is what I asked.
With a Georgia State hoodie on?
Right.
So you just go around asking random kids, are you a Georgia State student? Even the kid with a Georgia State hoodie on? Does that make sense to you, bro? All right, bro.
Again, I hope you get the help you need, man.
All right. What's up? I'm calm.
I don't know if everyone heard that, but the officer said, I hope you get the help you need.
Gotta videotape this bullshit, bro. Like, this is literally a police harassment. How you gonna ask me if I'm a Georgia State student with a Georgia State hoodie on, bro? Georgia State hoodie on, gang. Come on, bro. Use your brain, nigga.
So that's Kyle Basinga. And what people are alluding to is they're saying, okay, this happened before he was missing and then found hanging from a tree. We don't even know if this is connected or not. But I think it's something that should be looked at. He was recording that. By the way, yeah, let me show you this part. He recorded it. For those who are wondering, you can look down here. You see his name. It says Kyle Basinga, Atlanta, Georgia. It looks like he probably went live to show people what was happening there. But I really want to know if anybody spoke to that woman, right? Now it goes back here and it says civil rights advocates, including the New Order National Human Rights Organization, say they're monitoring the investigation closely and planning a vigil at Fair Oaks Park. Community members are calling for both truth and accountability as they mourn a young Black man whose death has reopened deep historical wounds. So this is a tough one, guys. Like I said before, I don't know how many of these stories I continue to cover, but it's just been, and these are only the ones that I know about. These are the ones that are reported. This wasn't even on corporate media. Someone emailed this to me. One of you emailed this to me. And when I searched for this on YouTube and Google, I mainly found that the people that were covering it was local news. But I'm not hearing, I didn't find anything from MSNB or MS Now is what they're called, Fox News or CNN. I didn't find big corporate media networks covering this. It's mainly just local news. And I want to know why. These incidents are becoming too frequent. Now, I say hidden in plain sight because this video here with Kyle, again, he was live. And so for people wondering what happened to him before he disappeared, I mean, this was hidden right there in plain sight. He was live. We don't know if that is the reason. We don't know if that led to what happened to him. But all I'm saying is I'm finding it very strange. Here it is just a couple months later after I had just covered the Trey Reed incident. And I believe there was another one after that one, if I remember correctly. And now we have another one. For those who are not aware, if you've never lived down south, I have for many years. I'm here to let you know that sundown towns still do exist. Now, he was filming that video live there in Atlanta. I don't know much about the area where he was there, found in the woods, but these areas still are an issue, the whole sundown town thing. So we'll have to keep an eye on this one to see how this turns out, but something about this just feels fishy to me. Hey guys, this was a Sabby clip. If you like what you saw, hit that like button and subscribe.